Raindrops keep falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit those. Raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to meet me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me. Raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crying's not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain by complaining, because I'm free. Nothing's worrying me. There's raindrops keep falling on my head. Raindrops keep falling on my head from Burt Bacharach. Words by Hal David, 1969. Good evening, everybody. This is the No-Show. It's raining behind me in the woods. That's the woods. There's my name. I'm Ethan Hirschenfeld. This is the No-Show for Sunday, the 28th of July, 2024. Hello, Dave in LA. Hello, McJet. Hello, Nuro. Thank you. That's very kind. Hello, Max. Hello, Bella. Hello, Blue Lady. Hello, Mary in Chicago. Hello, Mom. Hello, Karen. I don't need a raincoat because you guys put a roof on the outdoor porch about 40 years ago. So lucky me. I have a little bit of a stiff neck today. There's a word called soma. Is that a Latin word or a Greek word? I think it's Greek. Soma, origin of word. Oh my God, soma. Yes, it's Greek. It's ancient Greek. Oh. It's also in Vedic Sanskrit. The word soma means distill, extract, sprinkle, used in ritual contexts. But that's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the Greek soma, because then I was thinking of somatic or somaticization. Somata. What's somata? So if someone says to you, what's somata? What they're saying, they're using the Greek origin, somaticization. Somatization. Oh, I added a syllable. Somatization. Somatization. The expression of mental phenomena as physical symptoms. Somatization. Somata. So much for the Vedic. So much. So anyway, I have this stiff neck. It's not a bad stiff neck. It's not one of the ones where when someone calls my name, I have to go like this. Yeah, it's just a little crick. Remember we were talking about the vocal creak the other day, which is also known as the vocal fry? Well, this is not the creak. This is a crick in my neck. And one cure for having a crick in your neck is to put your neck in a creek. And the cool water can be healing. Why am I bringing up somatization, or as I like to call it, somaticization? Because I'm pretty certain that my stiff neck is from all of the stress starting 3 nights ago when our beautiful little doggie got injured, and then I drove her to various clinics and hospitals and then picked her up. And yes, McJet, exactly. It's related. It's that same, you see that word psychosomatic. Exactly. Psychosomatic. But psychosomatic has um, a weird sense. It always sounds like someone saying you're malingering. It's psychosomatic. It's not real. Somehow it's weird when someone calls it psychosomatic. It always has that connotation like, it's just psychosomatic. Whereas somatization, um, then you're really embracing the idea that something is happening in your psyche, something's happening in your mind that then is you're feeling it in your body. So I have a feeling that that's what's going on. Why I have it? Because it's very stressful. How is the patient? Thank you for asking. Thank you, everybody, for asking, and thank you for the good wishes for Fafner. She's actually doing fine. She's doing well, but these symptoms are going to take a while to heal, assuming and hoping that they do heal. Um, so she had a like whenever you go in, oh yeah, Mary, you missed it. She had a fall. She had a back injury, and so her hind legs are not functioning at the moment, but she can feel. So she can feel, and the prognosis is good based on the MRI that she'll regain, motor function over the next few weeks. Yeah, she's okay though, but it was hairy, and it's very stressful just to see her having to So I'm trying to treat her. So if you look up Billie Holiday, the singer Billie Holiday, a lot of photos of her, you'll see her with her chihuahuas. I think we talked about this a few months ago on the show. She had various dogs, but then she had these chihuahuas, and you just see her in photos. She's always holding them. So that's kind of what we're doing with Fafi now, since at the moment, she can't walk around. Um, so she's turning into more of a lap dog, um, which is very sweet. But then it's sad when you see her suddenly she wants to do something, and she just basically has to drag her hind legs. I almost feel bad talking about it, it's a HIPAA violation, or in the case of a veterinary situation, it's a hippo violation. Um, but I think she'd be okay with me talking about it. So, Gornamots, what's up? Your dinner's right here. Come and get it, man. Come get your dinner. Come here. Look at this. Look at all this food. Look at all this delicious kibble. Oh my God. We got the fishy one. We got the chickeny one. Yes, Neuro, that was correct. Your response to my hippo joke was absolutely correct. Fafi. La 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 la. La 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 da 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 da. Raindrops keep falling on my head, they keep falling. Okay, he doesn't want it. I'm going to put it down here on the chair, and he can have it whenever he wants. Oh, there he goes. So today was unprecedented. Well, maybe it wasn't unprecedented, but it was maybe precedented only once or twice, which is that I had 4 different projects to audition for at once. I have 3 things that are due tomorrow and 1 thing that's due Tuesday night. And I got on a Zoom call with my friend Drew, who's a fine actor, a very funny guy, a very fast swimmer, and a friend of mine. He was a guest on this show a year ago. I think he was a guest on night 2 or 3 of the No Promo show. Drew, by the way, let me plug this. Drew has a play that's going to be on in New York. It's called Lake Play. Lake, like where you can go for a swim. and play, like a play on stage, Lake Play. It's going to be premiering. It's going to have its stage premiere in October in New York City. So Drew was generous and kind enough to get on a Zoom, and we laid down all four roles in under an hour. We banged them out. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I auditioned for today. I didn't submit them yet because I have to select. You have to select which takes you want to submit. But let me just tell you what we're talking about here. One of them is, Natasha Lyonne. She's a terrific, unique actor and performer, a real New Yorker, in the tradition of like tough, wisecracking New York cinematic broads. She's like a tough cookie. So she had an amazing series a few years ago called Russian Doll. I don't know if anyone saw that, Russian Doll. I think it was on Netflix. So her new series is called Poker Face. Like, when you play poker, if you have a good poker face. And I've auditioned for the show a few times, so I had another audition for that just now. Then another one was for a psychiatrist who's describing the symptoms. This seems to be for a horror movie. A psychiatrist who's describing the symptoms of a patient who has, well, I don't want to give anything away, but this patient has had some very traumatic thing happen, and part of the symptomology of this patient is giving visual expression to his hallucinations through art. So it involves a patient who has these wild drawings. So that's that psychiatrist explaining the case to the family. Then I had an audition for something. I think it was a movie, but it's a very fast, fast little scene of a doctor in a delivery room, a doctor in a delivery room getting ready to deliver, I assume, deliver a human baby. Oh, and then the last one was bizarre. Yes, McJet. Russian Doll was really kooky. And it was kind of like Sliding Doors. I think that was the movie. And it was like Groundhog Day. It's one of those movies where time stops or time repeats or time branches in such a way that gives the storyteller, the filmmaker, all kinds of opportunities to explore other outcomes and other scenarios with the same characters and the same circumstances, but things turning out completely differently, which is kind of a cool thing. Also, Run Lola Run was like that. From 1997, I believe that was. That was an amazing, or maybe it was 99. That was that amazing German movie, Run Lola Run, starring Franca Potente, who then appeared in, I think, one of the Bourne movies. But that was a great movie. Anyway, so the last thing I auditioned for today was a biblical comedy. Now, when I think biblical comedy, I can't help thinking of, well, of course, there's Monty Python, and there's their whole take on the Gospels. But there's Mel Brooks also. So it seems a little bit different than both of those. But this shoots in Utah, where there's an actual desert. So I think that they're approximating the deserts of the Bible using Utah scenery. And my audition was for the role of Bezalel, who was the artist, who was the guy, apparently, who fashioned the golden calf from all that melted down jewelry. I think that's who he was. But I know that the art school in Israel is named for him, the premier art school there. Oh, Nuro says Run Lola Run is leaving Prime Video. So if there's anyone in the audience who hasn't seen Run Lola Run and has Amazon Prime, take this opportunity to view that movie. It is great. I saw it a few times when it came out. I loved that movie. Great performances. Great cast. So that's what I did today. I auditioned for all of those. In between, oh, there it is. Run Lola Run leaves in 4 days. So catch it before the end of the month. Yeah, otherwise I was just trying to recover from this crazy couple of days. Oh, and we got a neighbor gifted us or loaned us this very nice pen for Fafi. So in addition to the crate, she's using Hildy's crate in the bedroom, so she's contained because she's not supposed to be moving around too much, so she's contained there. But then when we're out here on the porch, she has that really nice pen, with her water and a pad and a bed. So she's got her 2 zones. I watched a movie the other day that I loved called After Sun, and the Irish actor who stars in it, someone reminded me yesterday that he also stars in this thing called Strangers. Let me look up the title. Paul Mescal. The movie was called All of Us Strangers. All of Us Strangers. Gets high ratings. Andrew Scott is the actor who was incredible in that other series. Oh God, I'm having anomia. I'm having trouble recalling names. But anyway, that actor, Andrew Scott, who's terrific. And I guess he's also Ripley now. I haven't seen the new Ripley. But that cast, it's Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal. And I heard people saying it's just great, this movie, All of Us Strangers. And I did see the preview a year ago and meant to see it. So now I'm going to make sure to see it. Because that Paul Mescal, he gives such a great performance every time I've seen him do anything. Mom says she's in good hands with you both. Yes, yeah, I mean, we're taking care of her now. I have guilt about Thursday night when she was able to fall. She shouldn't have fallen, but if I'm not in error, methinks that Aaron fashioned the golden calf. Betzalel made all the implements in the tabernacle. You know what? Well, in the scene, basically Betzalel says, look, I didn't build it. I just put it together. Aaron kind of fashioned it. So you're right. Aaron, even in this comedic biblical web series, it is definitely Aaron was involved in making the calf. I appreciate, I'm impressed by your knowledge of that old story. Aaron fashioned the golden calf. Betzalel made all the implements in the tabernacle. Okay. And that brings us back to Utah and the Mormon tabernacle. Was After Sun good? I thought After Sun was great. And there is an actress, a young actress, who plays the daughter. I'm going to find out her name. Frankie Corio. Just a kid, really, in the performance, but just such a great performance. She was born in 2010, so she's 14. She would have been 12 when shooting that film. It's just an extraordinary performance. I thought the movie was really, really good, just really, really strong, and so it's rare to see a kid actor who's that believable and that compelling. And also, like I said, Paul Mescal is just awesome. I'm a fan. All right, what is happening tonight? How is everyone? How was everyone's weekend? It's raining like mad here. And that's why I sang Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. I have another song about the sky. I don't know if there's rain in this song, but Oh, and I got the old Swiss Army knife out, which has a nice little screwdriver head on it that fit perfectly on these tuners. Blue skies, blue skies, blue skies, smiling at me. Nothing but blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song? Nothing but bluebirds. From now on, never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. Noticing the days hurrying by, when you're in love, my how they fly. Blue days, all of them gone, nothing but blue skies. From now on. I have to keep taking a pause and ruining the rhythm to get that augmented G chord. From now on. It's a beautiful chord, but I can't get there quickly from that C. I guess I could if I prepared it better. Nothing but blue skies. No, it's because of that. Anyway, that's a nice song, Blue Skies. Irving Berlin, 1927, Blue Skies. It's a beautiful, beautiful little song. It's a love song. And like a lot of love poetry, it suggests that the weather is affected by, well, it's your conception of the weather. Even the weather can be affected by being in love because your conception of the weather. The actual weather, as far as we know, as far as if we consult meteorologists, psychologists, philosophers, the sages of old and the sages of new, all of the sages, if we consult them, if we read them, and if we listen to what they have to say, it is quite evident that our own emotions do not actually have an effect on the physical world around us. However, our perception of the world is so inextricably bound up with the world that when our perception changes, the world changes in kind. If you printed out what I said and read it, it would not make sense. But if you say it very slowly, that's the advantage of speaking slowly like this. You can... I don't have it in my ear at the moment, but earlier I was listening. For the last few days, I've been listening to Harold Bloom, who, world-class literary critic, professor, public intellectual, and blowhard. Not necessarily in a pejorative sense, but boy, could that guy talk. And it's actually very fun to listen to, but I could not help then impersonating him for a while after listening. He has a sort of a long-winded, there's a little bit of the Bronx accent at the end of some of his words, the way he drops his R's, and then he does this, I don't know, is that called a lip smack? It's not the lip, but it's the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Sort of those mouthy noises. It's very weird. But there's a great interview. It's Harold Bloom being interviewed by Christopher Lydon. You can find it on YouTube, on the subject of Moby Dick. So Harold Bloom talking about Moby Dick. It's just great. And Christopher Lydon, what he does, I got to know him 25 years ago. Um, I did a production of a Mozart opera in Boston, and Christopher Lydon did the speaking role of the Pasha. So I had some scenes, at least one or two scenes with him, but I got to know him a little bit. Great guy, but the way he reads, what's so great is I read Moby Dick for the first time during the pandemic in 2020, and I found it really funny. I'm not the first person to say that, but I found it really funny, and what was just phenomenal, you listen to that interview of Christopher Lydon, Harold Bloom on the subject of Melville, and the way Christopher Lydon reads the passages that are then discussed, he nails it. As I was listening to it in the car and I was laughing out loud. It was just so funny. I don't know what it is. I don't know how he does it, but uh, he really tapped into what's funny in the book. That opening passage is just incredible, where he talks about knocking people's hats into the street, and when it's like a rainy November in his soul, he knows he has to get to sea. Basically he's feeling really misanthropic. Um, the only solution for him is just to go to sea for a while. But the way it's described is just very funny. Um, I mean, the writing is funny, and then Christopher Lydon's reading of it, I really recommend it. La la. Walker is the fur baby, and Max is my 8-year-old. All right. Hello, Max. Hello, Walker. Walker is also the name of my neighbor, across the street. My neighbor has a beautiful brown Portuguese water dog named Walker. Beautiful, nice dog. Blue skies smiling at me, nothing but blue skies do I see. Here's the really short song that's on the same page. Close enough. Bye bye, bye bye blues, bye bye blues. Bells ring, birds sing, sun is shining, no more sighing. Sun is shining, no more pining. Sun is shining, no more pining, just we two smiling through. Don't sigh, don't cry, bye bye blues. That's a very short song. I think it's 24 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, it's 32 bars. That makes more sense. Bye Bye Blues, 1930. Fred Hamm, Dave Bennett, Brett Lown, and Chauncey Gray. Written by a quartet. Words and music by all four of those people. Bye Bye Blues. That's a nice one. So I got my auditions. Yeah, that's a good one. Thanks, Dave. Dave in LA. Oh, thank you, Neuro. Some of the songs, those left hand, those chord changes are more, let's say, ergonomic and I was going to say aerodynamic, but it's more fingodynamic. Sometimes the fingerings are a little more tricky to get around to, and sometimes they just flow into each other. So, but yeah, practice, practice. As Paul, the terrific teacher and dog trainer, said, it's the 3 P's when you're training a dog: patience, persistence, perseverance. Patience, persistence, perseverance. Now that I think of it, those are all kind of pretty similar in a way. how are persistence and perseverance different? Maybe they're not. I got to look it up. Maybe it was 3 different P's. Don't sigh, don't cry. Bye bye blues. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for your eyes and thank you for your ears. If you enjoyed any of this, oh, here comes a big moth. If you enjoyed some of this or any of this, please share it with someone you love or someone who needs to hear it. And we say goodnight with Side by Side. Because what's more important in life than companionship, friendship, or all the other ships? Oh, we ain't got a barrel of money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we travel alone, singing a song, side by side. Don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's trouble and sorrow. But we'll travel the road, but we'll travel the road, but we'll travel the road, sharing our load, side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if the sky should fall? But as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When they've all had their quarrels and parted, we'll be the same as we started, just a traveling along, singing a song, side by side by side by side by side. I gotta get the Swiss Army knife. The tuning. Anyway. It's like life. You know, you think it's going really smoothly, and then suddenly, that's just how it goes. Side by Side. Oh yeah, Side by Side. 1927, Side by Side. Harry Woods. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate your eyes and your ears, and I will see you again tomorrow night. Thanks.